Hi everyone, welcome to another live ukulele jam with me, Matt Stead. We're in for an old time week tonight, so we're going to do songs from the Appalachian Mountains from long ago. Some absolute classic Carter family specials, and we've also got a little bit of Fleetwood Mac, your people's choice as well. Oh, and some Louvin brothers. So all sorts of cool things happening today. I hope you're all doing well. Let's say hello to Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Angela. How's the weather where you guys are? We were almost flooded yesterday. We went away for the weekend and we came back, and there's only one place where we can cross the river to get back to the Forest of Dean from Gloucester. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sheila. And we literally got over the river just as they were closing it because the flooding was getting so bad. So we nearly got stuck for the wrong side of the river, which would have been slightly disastrous. But we made it home, which is great. And is anyone starting to feel a little bit Christmassy? Yeah, I'm kind of getting there. I've been planning some things for the Christmas retreat. So I've been playing Christmas music and kind of getting in the mood and everything, which is good. Sunny but cold in Maryland. Bright and sunny in Canada. Oh, that's good to know. Oh, good. But Karen's got a bit of snow, so she's feeling Christmassy. Good stuff. Good stuff. So as I say, we can do some really cool songs tonight. Some old time songs. One of the things that I love about old time music is it's really easy to follow. In fact, the first song is just the same four chords over and over. And whilst that you could see that as, oh goodness, that's a bit boring, it's not, don't worry. We can do loads of interesting things with it. So I might show you a couple of chords up the fretboard tonight, which would be a bit different from what we've done before. Gives you more chance to solo and things like that as well. So it's going to be loads of fun, all the stuff that we've got going on tonight. I'll just tell you about a couple of the things that we've got coming up as well, which could be interesting. First of all, we've got a Kanikapila next week. We are here next week. And we're going to do a John Denver special. It was a popular request. A few people have asked for it over the weeks, and I decided I would give it. No, I love John Denver. So we're going to do a John Denver special next week. The week after, I'm going to be off because I'll be running the Christmas ukulele winter retreat. Hopefully, I'll see some of you in person there, which will be really, really exciting. And then the next 2 weeks, we're going to have what we do every single year. We're going to have 2 Christmas specials. So the second one will be the actual week just before Christmas, and the one before that, just the week before that. So we're here next week. We are here for our John Denver special. Then we're off, and then we're back for 2 Christmas specials after that. Now, some of you will know that every year, well, I say every year, we started it last year, didn't we? We have a special Christmas video montage where all my students, or whoever's feeling brave enough, records a little Christmas message. It could literally be just you going, Merry Christmas to you. Or it could be something about where you're from. It could just be, you don't even have to play ukulele. You could put your Christmas hat on and say hello. Email over your videos to matt@theukeroom.com. Or you can put them on the Facebook group. I'll put details up with where to send them. And then I'll create another video montage that we'll play at our very last Kanikapila of this year at the Christmas special. It was really heartwarming to see all your messages last time, and it was so much fun putting it together. So send me your videos in. It would be lovely to see them. If you're too shy for a video, send me a picture. Could be your uke collection, could be Christmas hats, whatever. But just join in the fun. The other thing where I'd like to get involved is a week Wednesday, so not this Wednesday, but Wednesday after. Instead of our live lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to have a uke talk. I'm going to talk to you all about ukes. A few of you have asked to see my collection of ukes because I've got some fairly interesting ones that I've collected over the years. So I'm going to go through my uke collection. But it's not just going to be me going, here's another uke, here's another uke. I'm going to talk to you about words, sizes of ukuleles, string types, and all sorts of things like that. And what I'm doing, it's already started. I'm starting to take questions from you guys in advance. So if there's anything you wanted to know about ukuleles, i.e. the hardware, physical ukuleles and the strings and cases and whatnot, send me an email and then I'll address them all in the Q&A. It's going to be loads and loads of fun. I'm really excited about it. And if anyone wants to, you can also send me a picture of your uke collection. And at the end of the workshop, I'll show them. I've had some brilliant photos already. It doesn't matter if you've only got one ukulele or if you've got 50. Send me some pictures of your collection. I think that would be really fun. That's going to be a week Wednesday, so 4th of December. All right. All this is on our Facebook group as well, Uke Students Hangout, and the website, so you can check it out there if you're not sure what's happening when. All right, let's get started tonight. I'll remind you of a couple of things in the break as well. You might have noticed our little counter as well. 96 days to the Uke Cruise. It's getting close. You can still book places if you're interested. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. All the details for that are on the Festival of Great Britain website. If you want to check them out, get in touch with Donna and Harry who are running it. Okay, let's play some music then. So we're going to do 3 old-time songs tonight. What do we mean by old-time? It's kind of an interesting genre of music. It's really the music that grew from the Appalachian Mountains, and traditional Scots-English music, they called it, plus Irish, but Scots-English was the main influence, was taken over with immigrants from England and Scotland over to the US. And when they settled in the Appalachian Mountains, it kind of blended a little bit with blues music. So you had the blues music coming from the south, and then these immigrants, and it created this new form of music which is really fantastic, called old time. There's also bluegrass. Old time and bluegrass are pretty much interchangeable. Bluegrass tends to be the more virtuosic, really fast kind of tempo playing. Old time a little bit more relaxed. And probably the leading proponents of, they wouldn't have called it old time then because it was their modern music at that point, but one of the leading proponents was the Carter family. And in the back of your sheets, interestingly, Karen's done a brilliant, in the Fascinating Facts, here it is, she's done a brilliant family tree of the Carter family, because it went right through from Robert and Molly, I was going to say Rob. Yeah, I guess they were both Carters. And then through to Maybelline and Sarah Carter, who are the ones that we most know of. And then right through to June Carter, who obviously married Johnny Cash, and you had all that history. So really fascinating facts in the back there. It's well worth a read. But they were making brilliant music from late 30s until the 60s. And penned some of the most important folk music in kind of American folk music book. So we're going to look at 2 of their songs tonight, plus one by a brilliant band called the Louvin Brothers. Nice. It's all right over there, Caroline. That's okay. It's good that you keep him warm. Thanks, Kenneth. Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah, don't forget to have your live chat enabled. Then, like these brilliant folks, you can join in the questions and the community chat. So let's have a look at our first song. I'm thinking tonight of My Blue Eyes. Now, the reason I chose this one first is it's absolute classic old-time folk music. We've got 3 chords and the truth, right? And they're the 3 most important chords in modern music. We've got the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. No matter which key you're in, each one of these chords has its own personality. So the 1 chord is your resolution, sets you off on a journey, and it resolves the song when it comes up. And this song's in the key of C, so your 1 chord is C. The next most common chord, and it comes up all the time in folk music in the verses, is the 4 chord. Now, if we just count it up on our hands in C, C, D, E, F. F is our 4 chord. And you folks, you've done enough Kanikapilas, a lot of you will already know that I call that the change chord. Creates a bit of change in the verse, coming from that C, without creating too much drama. And lots of folk songs just go between that 1 chord and that 4 chord. If you ever want to write a folk song, try that. 1 and F. Karen just made me giggle. She said, when I read the title of this one, I thought someone was examining their cataracts rather than the eyes of their sweetheart. There we go. Very, very good. But so that's our 1 and our 4 chord. And then the 5 chord is really important in music, because music is about tension and resolution. And whenever we play the 5 chord, particularly when we play it as a 7th, a dominant 7th chord, it's like a cliffhanger, right? It wants to resolve to the 1 chord. Tension and resolution. And this song just carries on with that process all the way through. So we have the 1 chord, change, tension and resolution, and it just goes round like that. We're home, we have some change, the tension of 5 and the resolution. Now there's lots of different ways you can perform this. I'm going to show you a picking pattern in a minute. But if you want to just strum this one, I like to do a really simple down, 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 up, down, up. So that will look and sound something like this. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. You'll know that I'm not big into downs and ups. So if you prefer, think about it phonetically as walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. I could even do that backwards and start with an up. Walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. It's harder, but as long as you have that rhythm, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, you're good to go. And we're going to do that pattern twice per chord because each chord is 2 measures. So, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. Have a go. And C. C again, and F, G7, and C. Fantastic, that's lovely. Now, if you want to do a cool picking pattern on this one, I like to do, it's often called the split stroke in terms of finger picking, and it's really easy to do. All I want you to do first is take your thumb. Let's see if I can bring close camera so you can see a bit better. Take your thumb here and just move this round and just pinch just the C string on its own. Just with your thumb. Try and get the middle part of your thumb rather than the very side, because if you get the side, you might get a twang from the string getting caught under your nail. Just pick C, 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 C. Now what I want you to do is pick the C string and then the G string. C string, G string, C string, G string, C string, G string, C string. Just see if you can get into a really steady rhythm with that. Like a pendulum, just going between that C string and that G string. And then finally, to make it really come together, we're going to take 2 fingers here. I'm using my first 2 fingers. You don't need nails like mine, just the pads of your fingers will be fine. And in between those thumb picks, what you can do is you're going to pinch or pull up on the E and the A strings like that. I like to use my little finger to anchor on the soundboard. You don't have to, but you can do, and it just helps pull up. Now, if I put that together, let me come in really close, it will look and sound like this. C pinch, G pinch, C pinch, G pinch, C pinch, G pinch. Now, this works for any song that's in common time because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't that lovely? So if I come back to my normal camera and I do that with the chords, it will sound something like this. We're going to do that twice per chord. Just going to up the tempo a little. C and F. Isn't that lovely? And G7. Karen, you're right. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. It works for that as well. But yeah, oh Sylvia, yeah. The reason I've using my old Martin was I wanted an old. I thought if we're playing old time music, I'm going to use an old ukulele. That's why I've got my old Martin out for tonight. Might go slightly out of tune halfway through, but I can always tune it back up. It's not the end of the world, right? So that's the picking pattern, and you can either do that the whole way through, or you can strum it the whole way through. Or you can do what I'm going to do, which is I'm going to start finger picking, and then about halfway through the song I'll switch to strumming, and I think it makes it really interesting, which is lovely. Now there's one other thing you can do if you want to. You can do a little solo on this one. We're going to do an instrumental chorus and verse. Verse and chorus in that order actually, after the third chorus. You'll see it here on your next page. After that third chorus we've got a little instrumental, and if you want to play along to the instrumental and you want to do a little solo, this song's in the key of C, so you're going to use your C major pentatonic or your A minor pentatonic. The brilliant thing about the C major pentatonic, if you remember, is you can play it from the C string 0-2, that's CD, 0-3, E-G, 0-3, A-C. But you can also play all your dots on the A string. You can play open A, you can play the 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret, 12th. You can do all your dots on your A string. You can also do the open E and all the dots on that string, apart from we don't hit the 7th fret on the E string, we hit the 8th. So you can just have a little bit of a play around. I'll see if I can get a backing track going, and I'll show you kind of what sort of sounds you can get. Don't have to make it really fancy, just hit those dots on the A string if you're not sure, and it should sound really nice. Let me see if I can get the backing track. Here we go. There it is. So you could do something. Oh, 1 second, it's not connected to my speaker. Give me just a second. There we go. Settings. Oh. So you can actually hear it. It's a bit quiet otherwise. I'm just going to connect it. Ba, ba, ba. There it is. That's the one. Okay. Fingers crossed this should come out nice and loud now, hopefully. Otherwise I'll just have to turn this right up. Oh, I don't think it seems to be working tonight. Sorry guys. Yeah, I'll just turn the sound right. It's going to sound a bit weedy, but I'll just kind of play you a rough idea of what you could do anyway. I'm guessing you can't really hear the backing track. Just play around with those dots on the A string and your C major pentatonic, and you should have loads of fun with that. Not sure why that's not connected. That's very strange. I'll try that again later. Okay, so let's go back to our song then. I'll bring the song sheets up and we'll have a go at playing it. Go. Wonder why that's happened. Oh well, we're not going to have backing tracks tonight, but we'll survive without them, won't we? It's not the end of the world. Okay, so all those chords again and again. Now, if you want to make things more interesting, do you remember when we did our live lesson on Wednesday, anyone that came? We had some simple, movable, or kind of up the fretboard shapes that weren't based on bars. And one of the ones that we had, which worked really well, was this G shape, played at the 7th and 8th frets. Now, believe it or not, when you play a G shape at frets 7 and 8, you get a C chord. Isn't that cool? So if you want to, whenever you hit a C chord in this song, rather than doing it down here, you could play it up here for a little bit of variety. You could play an F chord by barring the whole or the bottom 3 of your 5th fret, little finger on the 8th fret of the A string. And then a G7 that I like to use, index finger on the 1st fret of the, on the 3rd fret of the E string, and then these 2 fingers up here, that's my 2nd finger on the 5th fret of the C string, third finger up here on the 5th fret of the A string. Kind of looks like a G shape that's been pulled up and apart. And that will give you a bit of variety. So you could do one verse like this. I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Then you could go up. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, and I wonder if he ever thinks of me. So if you want to have a little bit of an experiment on this one, I'm going to stay with the basic chords just so that if anyone's beginning, they can follow my chord shapes and see where we are. Should we give it a go then? Let's go once through the picking pattern, just instrumentally, and then we'll hit the first verse. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And F, G7, and C. Do that one more time. And F. Just keep that going. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, and I wonder if he ever thinks of me. Would have been better for us both had we never, in this wide and wicked world, never met, for the pleasure we've both seen together. I'm sure love I'll never forget. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, and I wonder if he ever thinks of me. Oh, you once told me, dear, that you love me, said that we would never part, but a link in the chain has been broken, leaves me with a sad and aching heart. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, and I wonder if he ever thinks of me. Take an instrumental, take a solo if you like, otherwise keep strumming with me. Let's do another one. Try some of those up the fretboard chords. When the cold, cold grave shall enclose me, will you come, dear, and shed just a tear, and say to the strangers around you, a poor heart you have broken lies here. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, who is sailing far over the sea. Oh, I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, and I wonder if he ever thinks of me. Well done, everyone. Isn't that a great song? Just so simple. Just that 1, 4 and 5 chords. Let me know how you got on, guys. Just taking a quick slurp. Excuse me. I've had a bit of a bad throat this week. I probably should be drinking water rather than coffee. My doctor would tell me off, but I'm still going. So there we go. Yeah, cute. Exactly, it's cool, isn't it? That one was written by A.P. Carter, who was the first generation of the Carter family, but it became one of their really kind of popular Carter family standards. So right down to June Carter, they've sung that through the generations, which is quite amazing. So it's originally written by a man, but sung by a woman, hence the vocals. Really, really simple, but I think really effective and really beautiful. And that's what I love about folk music. It's part of the reason I'm really big into Bob Dylan as well. Some people find it a bit repetitive. Bob Dylan's famous for having the same few chords and like 18 or 19 verses. But these songs, they tell a story. I think they're really kind of interesting, and it's not just about the chord progressions, which I think is pretty cool, really. The next song that we're going to do is a little bit different. It's still, the chords are still relatively basic. We're in the key of G for this one, so the key centre has changed to G, so we have to think differently about the chords in terms of which comes where. But in terms of the numbers of the chords, there's loads of them, but if you really look through and analyse them, it's just the 1, 4 and 5 chords again over and over and over. So in the key of G, now instead of the 1, 4, 5 being C, F and G, like they were in the key of C, we can do exactly what we did with that key, but we'll start from G now. G would be the 1 chord, and then G, A, B, C would be the 4 chord, D would be the 5 chord. So you can see it all the way through here. We've got G, C and D. This one has some kind of slightly more unusual time, not time signature changes, but timings in terms of the chords. Some of the chords we only play for 1 beat, which is quite different really. And the Louvin brothers, they were originally called Ira and Charlie Loudermilk, Loudermilk, what a cool name. Louder as in, oh, and milk as in milky a cow. Charlie and Ira Loudermilk, but they decided to change their stage name to the Louvin brothers, spelled L-O-U, as in the start of louder, right? So it kind of comes from their names. They were really interesting characters. They were really devout Christians. They even had an album called Satan is Real with a picture of themselves and a burning Satan in the background and all this sort of stuff. Really interesting characters. Have a read of the fascinating facts in the back. So some of it's a little bit kind of a little bit depressing, but as was the way people lived back then, you know, it's all good. But they released some amazing bluegrass and old time records, and this is my favourite of all their records because it's really tuneful, and I love this quick C chord that you get in every chorus. I wish you knew how hard I tried to tell you, how hard I tried to get you off my mind. I just love that C chord going to the G chord. It's really exciting and really effective. If you're interested, Ira played mandolin and Charlie played guitar. They both sang. And because they were brothers, just like the Carter family, being cousins and fathers and daughters and mothers, and I also think a little bit like the Beach Boys. When you get a family singing together, they harmonise beautifully because they have similar tones, which is really lovely. I know, Indrani, I know it's a bit naughty. Sharon made it for me, so I'm going to blame Sharon rather than me. So, yeah, let's pretend it's a very healthy cup of tea with herbs, Sylvia. It's all good. It's all good. It makes sure that I don't snooze on you lot anyway. Caffeine will keep me going. So this one, we start unusually with a single C chord. And remember that C chord is all about the 4 chord, G, A, B, C. It's all about creating a sense of change. It's quite an exciting chord to come into a song. And it's an exciting chord to start with. It's not quite got the tension of the 5 chord, but it still feels unresolved in the key of G. And then when we go to the 1 chord, it feels like, we're in the song. So notice that very first box up the top left, we've just got one slash mark next to the C. So that means one beat, one down strum. And then we go to the G. Now this one's a really fast tempo, like a lot of old time into bluegrass songs. So we're going to play this pretty quick. Now you don't have to do my exact rhythm. If you really struggle with my rhythm, just strum down like this. Lots of down strums. Down, 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 down. And you'll be absolutely fine. Oh, thanks, Jenny. Yeah, it is an oyster catcher, one of my favourite birds. Reminds me of the seaside. I'm big, you probably already know, but I'm big into nature, and that is one of my favourite birds. So it's one of the RSPB shirts. So yeah, my oyster catcher. So thanks, Jenny. So that if you really struggle with strum patterns, just do those down strums quite quickly. If you want to do a kind of a fast, almost like mandolin-esque strum, what you can do is down, 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 up. That's walk, walk, running, running. But you're going to play it twice per measure really fast. Walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. If you're counting it in fours, it would be 1 and 2 E under, 3 and 4 E under, 1 and 2 E under, 3 and 4 E under. All right, I'll slow it down. 1 and 2 E under, 3 and 4 E under. Walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. Yeah, that's it, that's it. So we have that cheeky C to start with. And then we go into the one chord. Wish I knew. 4 chord again, just like in the last song. Tension at the 5 chord. How much I tried to tell you. Now this one's a real squish. You've got to squeeze all 3 fingers into the 2nd fret, G, C and E strings. If you prefer, you can bar the 2nd fret and put your little finger down here on the 5th fret, like so. But I tend to just get all 3 in like this. Try and get really on the tips of your fingers and have them slightly diagonal, so they don't have to be completely in a row like this. They can be slightly diagonal to allow those fingers to squeeze in. Okay, so after that opening, we've got the 1 chord setting us off on the journey. Change chord, tension, then we go to the change chord again, back to 1. Now this is the tough bit. On this 2nd line, notice that G chord we play for 3 beats, 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th beat of that measure is the C chord, and then we're back to G, C, 5 chord D, C, G. Then these 2 chords here are for half a measure each. So half a measure of C, half a measure of D, back to G. I'll play that whole verse so you can see how it goes. 1, 2, 3. I wish you knew how hard I tried to tell you, how hard I tried to get you off my mind. 2, 3. I wish you knew how hard I tried to sleep at night. Da 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 da, you're longer mine. C and D. Now somebody else stole my time. Okay, so like that. I didn't have the words up, so I got those all horribly wrong, but you get the idea. So really look out for those single C chords. I wish. It's like a little breath before you hit the start of a phrase, which is really lovely. I went on an old time retreat in Spain and taught ukulele out there a few years ago, and we played this song and I absolutely fell in love with it. But what I found really interesting for old time music and bluegrass music was how you get those chords that come up just for 1 or 2 beats, kind of where you're not expecting them. It's really interesting. They don't go for that clear cut 8 beats of one chord, then 8 beats of another. It happens a lot in old time and bluegrass music, which is really interesting. And we have a similar thing in the verse. The chords, in terms of the chords themselves, are really easy because it just goes between the 1 chord, G, the resolution, and then the tension of the 5 chord. And then the tension of the 5 chord back to the resolution of the 1 chord. Now you've just got to watch the counting there. See how each chord is 6 beats. So you can either count to 6 on each, or the way I like to count it is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1. Notice at the end there, 1 G, 1 C. That D in the second measure of the bottom line should be 2 beats, all right? Just so you can see, it should be the same as the line above. But notice at the end we've got that cheeky C coming in again. I'll try a verse, and you can see how it works, and you can have a look. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me just get the words up. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. If only half the things were true you said about my heart, then I would have forgotten you since we were apart. You said I forced my lips to kiss you when we said goodbye. You even said I forced my tears that came into my eyes. I wish you knew how hard I tried to tell you, how hard I tried to get you off my mind. I wish you knew how hard I tried to sleep at night, since I know that you no longer mind, since you let another beat my time. There we go. Really sweet song. I love that. I wish. It's just great, that little pause, which is absolutely fantastic. Good fun, this one. Because this is quick, you could finger pick it. You could do kind of touch the G string with your thumb, and then do a pinch with your thumb and your ring finger on the C and A string, and follow that with a roll. So you could do G string, E string, C string, A string. So that would be a real kind of banjo way of playing it, which would be quite cool. I'm not going to do that today just because it's so fast, this song. And those chords change so quickly. It's quite hard to keep up with if you play at that pace. And I find it difficult to play at that pace and sing. So I'm just going to keep it to strums. But if you wanted to try it, that would be a good one to have a go at. This one, we're in the key of G, and I think the next song, certainly this one anyway. So for this one, we're going to use the G major pentatonic and the E minor. The G major pentatonic starts way up on the 7th fret of the C string, and we have 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10. That's the 5 most harmonious notes in the key of G. Or we could do our E minor pentatonic, which has all the same notes in a different order. That one starts at the 4th fret of the C string, and here we have 4, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. See if you can find those little rectangles like 5 and 7 on the E and A string. And then 7 and 10 on the E and A string. And you'll find you can get little kind of sections of notes coming together really nicely. I don't know if I can do, let's see if I could do a backing track on this one. I'm not sure if it'll play out for my stereo, but that's just playing those rectangles. So just have a little experiment. If you want to, you can have a little experiment doing a solo on this one. And we're going to do that after the second chorus. This one actually opens with a chorus. So we've got a chorus to get us going in the first place here. Then a verse, then another chorus. Then we're going to do an instrumental. I think we're going to do that over, chorus. We're going to do another chorus there for the instrumental. Then a verse, chorus. So it's going to go chorus, verse, chorus, instrumental chorus, verse, chorus. I hope that makes sense. Think of it as this bit, 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 if that makes sense. Hopefully you'll follow me. You'll know when I'm on a verse anyway, because I'll just be going between G and D. I'm going to keep it that simple. Okay, so let's give it a try then. So, I think I can, I think I'll stay here. Oh, I missed your my girl, Intrani. Well spotted. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I wish. Oh, hang on, let me get my rhythm. Yeah. It's really important to try and get your rhythm in before you start playing, because otherwise you come in at the wrong pace. Interestingly, just ever so quickly before we play this, have you noticed that all of these songs are quite straight time? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. We don't have that swing that you have in a lot of modern music. And old time music was kind of like pre-swing era, really. So a lot of this music is just straight time. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and here we go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. God, the timing. Let's play a whole verse to get us going. That'll give us the timing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Here we go. I wish you knew how hard I tried to tell you, how hard I tried to get you off my mind. I wish you knew how hard I tried to sleep at night, since I know that you're no longer mine. Since I let another beat my time. Here's a verse. If only half the things were true you said about my heart, then I would have forgotten you since we've been apart. You said I forced my lips to kiss you when we said goodbye. You even said I forced the tears that came into my eyes. I wish you knew how hard I tried to tell you, how hard I tried to get you off my mind. I wish you knew how hard I've tried to sleep at night, knowing that you're no longer mine. Since you let another beat my time. Another chorus. Try it solo. Strum with me. Second line of the chorus. Get ready for another verse. C and D and G. Here's our third verse. There's not a thought that could be worse than knowing that you're gone. But in the picture of your mind, I'm never all alone. You see me in another arms, just like I've been with you. By the way I cry for you, I only wish you knew. I wish you knew how hard I tried to tell you, how hard I tried to get you off my mind. I wish you knew how hard I tried to sleep at night, knowing that you're no longer mine. Since I let another beat my time. One more. I wish you knew How hard I tried to tell you, how hard I tried to get you off my mind. I wish you knew how hard I've tried to sleep at night, knowing that you're no longer mine. Since you let another beat my time. Well, I don't know, but that, I bet some of you found that tricky, and I don't mean that in a patronising way, because when I learnt that, I found it really tricky. I always miss that C chord, that sneaky I wish. It just kind of sneaks up on you, doesn't it, and comes in just for that one beat. Classic thing that happens in old time music. But don't worry if you didn't get it straight away. You can watch the video back anytime. All of these live lessons and Kanikapilas that I do, I archive on my website, mattsteadukulele.com. If you go to learn or the play-alongs on my website, you'll see it all archived there. I think it's under live, yeah, live lessons. And there you'll see my fortnightly live lessons, but also Kanikapila, and both of the archives there as well. And of course, if you ever watch this back on YouTube, there's a really neat little thing. If you click, it doesn't work during the live lesson, but on the playbacks, if you hit the 3 dots, then you can change the playback speed, and that can be really useful. I use it to work out a lot of kind of super quick stuff. You can take the playback speed down to 50%, 75%, but you can also, it keeps the pitch the same, so you can still play along, which I think is a really clever function of YouTube. So worth having a go with that for sure. So yeah, it was a tricky one, wasn't it? But it was loads of fun though. Hopefully that one. The next one, you'll be glad, is a lot easier. We're back to a really simple 3-chord song, and the chords are relatively straightforward. We're going to have a look at I'll Fly Away. Just a reminder of a couple of things. The cruise is booking up well now, so if you're on the fence, get in quickly. We're going sailing at the end of February, start of March, and we're having 10 days around the Southern Caribbean Seas, so super exciting. We're going to go to Aruba, Bonaire and Curacao. Whilst we're on the sea days, I'm going to teach you ukulele. We're going to have live Kanikapilas. We're going to have lessons, all sorts of things for beginners to advanced. I'll cater for everyone. Going to be loads of fun. And then on the islands, I'm going to be a tourist with you lot, and we're going to go and explore it. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So all the details are on ukulelefestivalofgreatbritain.com. Just Google Ukulele Festival of Great Britain if you're not sure how to find it. And then the other two things, just a reminder, I mentioned at the start, I'd just like to mention again, next week, so not this Wednesday, but the Wednesday after, I've got a slightly different live lesson. I'm going to do a Q&A all about ukuleles in terms of the hardware. So we're going to talk sizes, brands, strings, woods. I'm going to do a show and tell of my collection. So I'm going to show you all my ukuleles from small to big. And I'm going to talk to you about why I love them, nut sizes, strings, tensions, all that sort of stuff. But if you've got a question regarding ukuleles or any of those subjects, email me at matt@theukeroom.com or message me on Facebook on the forum, and I will address those questions during the live lessons. So it's going to be really interactive. If you think of something on the day and we've got time, we can take your questions then as well. So don't worry if you only think of something on the day, that's fine as well. You can ask me there. The Beatles course is well underway now. We've got 2 lessons plus a bonus one. We've got Penny Lane and Dear Prudence, which I was really excited to work on last week. I've been working on a chord melody version, so fingerstyle version of And I Love Her, which I'm really excited about, and I'm going to record that this week. So hopefully by the end of this week we'll have another Beatles live lesson, another Beatles lesson on the website. And it's going to be And I Love Her, but proper fingerstyle instrumental. It's quite involved. It took me a long time to arrange. So hopefully some of you will be really excited by that, and you'll look forward to it. So yeah. It's gonna be great. Gonna be great. Thanks, guys. There was something else. Oh yeah, just a reminder of what's happening in terms of Kanikapila. We are here next week, so we are here next week, and we've got a John Denver special plus your People's Choice. And then the week after is my forest ukulele retreat. So I'm going to be away for that one. I'm going to be in the forest teaching lots of lovely ukulele players. If you haven't got a ticket and you're interested in that one, it's going to be fabulous. We're going to have 3 days in the forest, roaring log fires, Christmas food, Christmas carols, Father Christmas is coming. We've got Will Grove White from the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain and Victoria Vox from America. She's absolutely fantastic. Plus our resident tutor, Sam Muir, who is absolutely amazing. Again, details on that are on the Ukulele Festival of Great Britain site. So have a look. There are still some tickets available if you're interested. And then when I'm back the week after that, the last 2 weeks before Christmas, we're going to have 2 Christmas specials. So don't forget to send me your videos in for the montage, your pictures if you'd like them to be put up and mentioned. You could write me a little blurb to put with them. That's absolutely fine. I'll have more details on that very soon. And there's also a Christmas challenge on the Facebook page as well. So head over to Learn Ukulele with Matt, Uke Students Challenge on Facebook, and you'll find the challenge and all the details of all that. If you haven't joined and you want to join the Facebook group, just make sure you tick yes to all the rules. Some people forget to scroll down and click that they agree to all the rules. It's just to stop the spam bots and stuff like that. So yeah, come and join in the fun. All right, let's have a look at another song. So this next one's kind of interesting because I always thought of it as a Carter family song because they're the guys that made it really, really famous. But it was actually a writer of many, many gospel songs. It was a guy called Albert Brumley who wrote this piece, famously covered by the Carter family. Some of you might know this from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? You know that brilliant film with all the bluegrass and old-time songs in with George Clooney and the escapees from the prison. It's a brilliant film if you haven't seen it. It's absolutely wonderful. I think the song that film made most famous was the I Am a Man of Constant Sorrow. And it was actually, people think George Clooney sings it, but it was actually one of Alison Krauss's band members from Union Station. And interestingly enough, she does a wonderful version of I'll Fly Away on that soundtrack, and it's really beautiful. Alison Krauss and the Union Station. If you haven't heard it, look it up because it's absolutely beautiful. Don't worry, Karen, it's all right. I'm the same. Totally cool. We'll all get together in the summer. It's gonna be amazing. So yeah. And like a lot of these songs, they deal a lot with death and marriage and all sorts, love and hate and all sorts of stuff, old time songs. They're quite intense, aren't they? Sometimes even things like murder. It's really, really no holds barred old time music. This one is, some people find it a bit depressing because it's kind of about, I guess, going to heaven after you pass away and like finally finding solace, but I think it's kind of uplifting at the same time. It's quite interesting. Let's have a look at the chords first. So the chords in this one are really, really simple. We've got G, Dapper Dan, love it to it. We've got G to start us off with, that's the one chord. Then look again, 1, 4, 5 chords. We've got C, which is 4, G, A, B, C, and then we've got 5. Absolutely, Joe. 3 chords in the truth. Exactly. Was it Woody Guthrie used to say, I think, wasn't it, back in the day? Yeah, me too. Alison Krauss is one of my favourite singers. She's just brilliant. And the other members of Union Station, just absolutely brilliant. So G, C and D. Again, that 1 chord for resolution, 4 chord for change, 5 chord for tension. As this one has an interesting thing happening because, again, like many bluegrass and old time songs, it has a chord coming up in an unusual place. It kind of catches you off guard if you're not sure. So let's just go through the basic verse and chorus. They're actually the same. We just do something slightly different on the chorus with our fingers, but other than that, they're basically the same thing. We have G to get us going, and I'm just going to keep that down, 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 up going. So that's walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. This time we only do that strum pattern on one measure. And that's because, can you see that little symbol in the top left corner? Looks like a C with a line going through it. A lot of people misinterpret that in sheet music and think it means common time, which is 4/4. It actually means cut time, which is like 4/4 cut in two. The reason it's different from common time is that there's only one pulse per measure. In common time, we kind of have two pulses normally on 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1. Sorry, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Or you can put pulses on beats 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But to cut time, we just have one pulse. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So we're just going to do that walk, walk, running, running on every measure. 1 and 2 E under. 1 and 2 E under. Okay? Walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. So we start that on a G. We've got 4 of those. Go to the C chord, use this finger here to pivot so you can get neatly to that C chord, because then we're straight back to the G. Now this is the bit that trips everyone up. We've got 4 measures of G in the third line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then another measure, 1, and then the next measure has half G, half D7, and then back to G. Now the way I do it is I like to count to 6, even though we're in 2/2 time. I kind of think of it as 6 when I get to this bottom line. I'll show you what I mean. 2, 3, 4. Then the second line, fly away. Third line, da, 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 da. Then the next line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I count it like 4/4 time just to help me with that bottom line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 onto that D. If you prefer, you could count it as 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2 like that. But just watch out, it's just that one beat before we go back to the G. The easiest thing is probably if I do a couple of verses so you can see how that works. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. You got it? No. If you're not sure, just listen for the f of fly. That's where we come on to that D7. So I'll fly away. And we're back to the G on away. I'll do a chorus and you'll see how it works on that one. On the chorus, I love to add my little finger to the 5th fret of the G string up here like this. That turns this G into a G5. It means it only has 2 notes, a G here, a D here, a G here, and a high D. So instead of having this B note, we've replaced it with a D. It's a really common thing to do in old time music because it's got a really raw power to it because it only has those 2 notes. You could do it to a C chord by turning a C into a C5 by putting a finger here, and then we've got C, G, C, G as the notes. But in this key, just add that little finger down. So when we go to the chorus, I keep that little finger down on the first G. So it'll go like this. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. Got it? Back to normal now. When I die, hallelujah, by and by. That. So that's the rhythm and everything. Well, believe it or not, Joe, I promise I haven't got Joe to I haven't slipped her a fiver and got her to ask this question. I do a claw hammer version of this on my website. I think it's on the intermediate course. We do a claw hammer version. So I think I do it in C. That kind of trying to remember something like that. Yeah. Something like that. So if you're interested, have a look at I think it's on the intermediate course or the next steps. So I go into quite a lot of claw hammer on that on the website, Learn Ukulele with Matt, and I'll fly away. That's one of the ones I do on that. So yeah, check it out. Check it out. It sounds great, claw hammer. Interestingly, if you wanted to, you could kind of do a claw hammer strum on this because it's got this G chord. You've got loads of possibilities. To do a claw hammer strum, I won't go into a lot of detail today because there's so much to think about. But what you do is you would attack, say, a string like the A string with your index finger. And then you do a little brush down with the index finger, followed by picking the G string with your thumb like that. Yeah, Karen, you'll find the claw hammer sheets. If you're a member of the site, go to tabs and resources under Learn and you'll find the I'll Fly Away. And there's a couple of other claw hammer ones on there. You'll find them under that section. So yeah, well worth checking out. But we'd have that claw hammer, claw hammer, claw hammer. You could even pick up like I do when I do claw hammer. Now the beautiful thing about this one, because you've got all these fingers on the strings, you can hammer on and you get this lovely. And you can do it with any string. You can hammer onto this A string by lifting this one. I do that quite often as like a strum, so I kind of. You can even do it on the C. It sounds really, really good. I think on the website I've got a bit of a medley. Something like that. So check it out. There's all sorts on there. I think I do. Yeah, Will the Circle Being Broken and a couple of others. So anyway, have a look if you enjoy claw hammer. People really, really enjoy that. Now, if you find that a bit tricky, the claw hammer strum, just strum your walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. You'll be absolutely fine. If you wanted to, thanks Harry. You know me. I've worked out I've got about 200 lessons up there now. It's a bit crazy. So I sometimes forget what lessons I've got on there. But if you're interested in claw hammer, do check it out. Now this one you can solo on if you want to. We're going to do a little solo. Let me check where I think I put it. Let's do a solo after the second verse. So after the second verse, let's put a instrumental verse in there, just to give anyone a chance that wants to do a solo. For this one, because we're in the key of G, it'll be our G major pentatonic again, and my girl notes, that's 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10. And your E minor pentatonic, that's 4, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. So if you want a little solo on that bit, you can go for it. All right. Otherwise, we'll just strum away and just really enjoy it. So we're going to go verse, chorus, then an instrumental verse, and then we'll finish off with one more verse, chorus. You'll soon get the hang of it. Okay, let's enjoy it. Here we go. And because it's in the key of G and we're just going to do a really simple cut time, let's just roll a G chord just to get us going like this. Some glad morning fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have flown, I'll fly away. Like a bird from prison bars has flown, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. By and by, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Try an instrumental verse. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joy shall never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. One more just for fun. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Well done, everyone. Fantastic. Really simple song. It's that D7, isn't it? If anything, that catches you out. It just, again, it happens in so much old time music and bluegrass. It kind of appears out of nowhere just for 2 beats. In fact, 1 beat, because we're playing in 2/2 time. It's technically 1 beat in that measure, which is interesting. Cut time is a really common thing in old time music because it has that real kind of raw but fast quality of just 2 beats, just 1 pulse, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. A lot of early jazz music as well, particularly kind of rag era jazz and New Orleans jazz, has that cut time as well. So take a look for that as well. Yay! Well done, Indrani. Good to hear it. Karen's found the claw hammer on the website. Fantastic. There's I'll Fly Away. There's Will the Circle Be Unbroken. I think there's another one as well. Wildwood Flower. I think that's one is on there as well, which is quite a good fun one to play. So yeah, check it out. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Lisa. It's a cool one, isn't it? And Joe, thanks for reminding me of I've forgotten his name again now, but Harlan Howard. Yeah, thank you. That's brilliant. Okay, so let's have a look at our very last song. Now, this is interesting, right? Because it's a completely different type of song. Every week, Karen on the Facebook group has an online poll for what we call our People's Choice. So we dig into the Kanikapila vaults. We've been doing this for years now, so there's literally, it wouldn't surprise me if there's thousands of songs now. There's certainly many hundreds anyway. So we dig into the vaults and we pick 4 of our favourite songs, or 4 that we think that you'll enjoy, and then we get you guys pick the song that we're going to do at the end of each week. And this week you've picked Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac, which is really nice because normally I think you guys like a challenge, which is really interesting because you normally pick the hardest of the four. At one point I thought you'd just be mean. I know you're not, I'm only teasing. But I think you guys are playing so well because you've been playing so long now with many of us at Kanikapila that you guys love a challenge. But this week you chose a nice easy one, so that's good. And it fits in perfectly with these songs, which is great. So even though we've got the most simplest of pop songs, or even though we've got kind of a rock song, this one's from Rumours, isn't it? 1977, I think. It's still the 1-4-5 chords. I think that's really interesting. So even though we're in modern pop music in 1977, I call that modern. Anything after 1960, I call modern. We've still got the 1-4-5 chords in the key of G. G being 1, setting us off on the journey. This time we have the 5 before the 4, D, adding tension, 4 after that, and then we go back to G again. So we've got home, resolution, tension, and then rather than going straight back to the 1 chord, we have a bit of delayed gratification, that 4 chord, and then we hit the 1 chord. So nice one. Good, Kim. That's good to hear. Practice makes perfect. Hey, exactly that. And yeah, exactly, Karen. Totally. I always say to my students, you want to be just on the edge of your comfort zone, because if you're too comfortable and you don't have those challenges, we don't improve. So it's good to push yourself to the edge of that comfort zone. So the verses, we're just going to do a G chord. Now I'm going to show you a kind of interesting pulse thing to do on this one in a minute. But just for now, let's just strum straight 8s in the verse. And then we're going to do an up and down strum in the chorus to create some a real kind of differentiation, which is really nice. So in the verses, we're going to do straight 8s. What does that mean? Well, if you think of a measure as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you strum on both the ands and the numbers. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And notice that I'm strumming down using the nails of my right hand, or left hand if you're left-handed. And I'm only really hitting the G, C and E strings. Sometimes I'll hit the A string, but mostly I just aim towards the top 2 or 3 strings, keeping it really light, and it's all down strums. Gives a kind of moodiness, right? So you count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we change to D, then C, back to G. So a verse would sound, if I get my lyrics up, something like this. I shouldn't need the lyrics, this is one of my favourite albums of all time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? And then you go back and do it again. If I could, baby, I'd give you my word. How can I, when you won't take it from me? So you get that kind of build up of tension, which is really nice. Now what Lindsey Buckingham does when he plays this is he'll do some little kind of triplet strums really quick, where he'll do a down, up, down, but twice the speed, like that. That's down, up, down, down, up, down, but dead quick. So you get this. And it just creates a pulse. If you find it tricky to get that timing, and it doesn't matter where you put these on, you don't have to copy mine. It just gives a slight pulse at certain points. And Lindsey Buckingham, when he plays it live, and I've seen Fleetwood Mac play live on the telly and in person, and he doesn't do it in the same place each time. It's really interesting. It creates this kind of really interesting dynamic. It'd be something like this. Oh, I forgot to go to D. how it creates a little bit of drama. Have a little experiment with that. Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? Really nice, right? Oh, interestingly, Lindsey Buckingham, he plays a guitar made by Rick Turner of Compass Rose, and he was a brilliant maker of guitars and ukuleles. Compass Rose ukuleles were fantastic. And his understudy was a guy called Jake McClay, who now makes ukuleles called Hive ukuleles. And my first serious ukulele for playing live was a Hive ukulele. So it's kind of nice. I like to think there's 5 degrees of separation between anyone that owns a Hive ukulele and Lindsey Buckingham. What a great player, yeah, absolutely. But just have a little experiment of pushing that little bit harder on certain pulses just to create a bit of drama. Now you notice that Mick Fleetwood keeps his drums really tight. I think there's just lots of hi-hat work on those verses, so it feels quite tight at that point. Then when you get to the chorus, we're going to open up to a full just up and down strum. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. You could do a calypso strum or an island strum. There I'm just doing down, 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 up, down, up. And what that does is it makes the chorus kind of flow, and it creates a really nice, interesting dynamic. Oh, that's really cool, Lisa. I love that. Nice, nice. I'll talk about that next week as well on the show and tell, Karen. Yeah, when I get my Hive uke out. So yeah. Okay, so have a listen. So it sounds something like this. Tension on the verses. Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, baby, I'd give you my words. Whoops. How can I, when you want to take it from me? And then roll it. You can go your own way. Go your own way. You can call it another sunny day. Like that, so you get that nice change in tension. It's probably not coming across that great on this little old Martin because everything sounds a little bit plinky plonk on it. I love it to bits, don't worry. It's got that old time sound, but it's not the most dynamically rich instrument. It's a bit kind of choppy, I guess you call it. But really try and build that tension on the verses and then let it go. On the choruses, keep them really nice and open and you'll get that lovely sound. This one's in the key of G, so if you want to do a solo on this one, you could do it using the same solo notes, the same scales that we used in the last song and the one before. Just a quick reminder, I won't get the sheets up, it'll take too long, but up to 7 again on the C string, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10. And then the E minor pentatonic, 4, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. This one sounds nice when you're soloing if you just kind of hit notes, really bend them, and kind of really let them eke out a little bit. Again, a bit choppy on my little soprano, but that gives you that kind of Lindsey Buckingham sound. You notice he doesn't play a million notes per second. He really lets those notes sing out when he solos. Great way to do it. All right, I think we'll carry on and give this one a go then. This will be our last tune for tonight. Thank you everyone for joining in. I will stay at the end for a little bit of any questions or anything, so you can let me know how you got on and if there's any questions, anything uke related. But thank you for all your support. I forgot to say, but if anyone wants to send any tips over, because I always keep Kanikapila for free, but if anyone wants to help with the running costs, it's paypal.me/ukroom. Details are on the comments and on the description if you'd like to. And if you're able to like the video on YouTube, it really helps the algorithms. Best thing you can do though, spread the word of mouth, because that's really, really amazing. Okay, let's give it a go then. So here we go. Verse, chorus, verse, chorus. We'll do a little interlude, which is another verse, and then 2 choruses to finish. All right. I think ignore the bit where it says solo chorus chords. I think we'll just do 2 choruses at the end to finish. Keep it nice and straightforward. So verse, chorus, then an interlude verse, and then chorus twice at the end. You'll get the hang of it. Each of the verses are twice through these, and each of the choruses are 3 times through these chords. Yeah, cool. Let's give it a bash. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Harry. Really appreciate it. Here we go then. Let's roll that G. Let's get that tension going on that G. Start counting when I start singing. Let me just move. I just need to bring up the lyrics. There we go. Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. How can I, when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. Tell me why everything turns around. Packing up, checking up is all you wanna do. If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. Try a solo. Another one of those. And then 2 choruses to finish up. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another sunny day, another sunny day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another sunny day, another lonely day. Well done, everyone. Apparently, you can call it another sunny day. I slipped that in by accident. Maybe I'm bored of being lonely. I decided to make it sunny instead. My brain always goes kaput at the end of Kanikapila, doesn't it? Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, that was loads and loads of fun. You can't beat a bit of Fleetwood Mac, can you? I love how it's kind of one of the things I love about Rumours is how the songs they're kind of upbeat and happy sounding. Like those 1-4-5 chords, the G, D, and C, they sound kind of upbeat. I guess you got the tension, haven't you, of that driving guitar. But then the words are so bitter, that kind of packing up, shacking up is all you want to do. I know that Stevie Nicks, because Lindsay Buckingham, you probably all know the stories, don't you, of rumours and everything, but Lindsay Buckingham and Stevie Nicks split up, and he wrote this song about her. And she wanted that line removed, packing up, shacking up is all you want to do, and he kept it in. And gosh, you can still see when they play it live, there's a little bit of frisson and bitterness when he sings those words. And to be fair, Stevie Nicks gets Roam Back on Dreams as well. There's some quite bitter words on that as well. So it's a really interesting album, isn't it? Just kind of fascinating how the band kind of almost fell apart, but yeah. Crazy times. Tusk is actually my favourite. I love the album they did after Rumours, Tusk, which is really fantastic as well. I even love 1980s Fleetwood Mac as well. But yeah, brilliant song and a brilliant album, isn't it? An absolute classic. So thanks, guys. Thank you. Oh, and I forgot to say, I was going to post on Facebook anyway, but to all my American friends that celebrate it, happy Thanksgiving. I think it's Thanksgiving this Thursday, isn't it, guys? So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving and you get to enjoy it and eat some nice food, see family and friends, and have a great time. I'm quite jealous. I think we should have Thanksgiving in Britain. I know people don't like Americanisation of Britain, but I'd be all for it. It would be nice to have an extra celebration this time of year. I think it would be fantastic. But happy Thanksgiving, my American peeps. So remember, we will be back next Monday. We're going to do another Kanikapila next Monday, and we've got some great tunes. We're going to do a John Denver special, so we're going to look at Annie's song and Country Roads, or I should say Take Me Home Country Roads, shouldn't I? And Leaving on a Jet Plane as well, which is a beautiful song. So join me for those next week, John Denver special. And then we'll have a break the week after, because it's going to be my winter ukulele retreat. We'll try and post videos and photos and stuff from that as much as possible. And then after that, we're going to have our Christmas specials, 2 Christmas specials. We're going to play some carols, traditional carols, but we're also going to do some Christmas pop songs as well at both of them. And we tend to do more things, so I'll do less explaining and just more playing at the Christmas specials, so we can have loads of fun and do loads and loads of songs. Don't forget to send me your videos, matt@theukeroom.com, or just send them to me via, send me a link. As long as I can download them, that's the key thing. I need to be able to download them. You could send me a Dropbox link, for example. If you don't want to do a video, you want to take part, just send me a photo with the text that you want me to put on it, and I'll add that to the video as well. And we'll have all your lovely greetings in the Christmas ones, which will be great. Ah, thanks, Karen. Karen says, fascinating fact, Facebook membership in the group has doubled in 1 year. So thanks for your support, guys. That's really special. That's really good. That's really good to know. So yeah. Oh yeah, Canadian Thanksgiving and American. Yeah, absolutely. All the Thanksgivings. Sounds good. Yeah, I know what you mean, Indrani. I know what you mean. I treated Sharon, we went for a weekend away spa break this weekend, and my goodness, I think I've eaten enough food to feed 5 people this weekend, so I'm already carrying a bit of Christmas weight, and we haven't even got to December yet. But ho hum, we're going to join a gym in January. It's all good. It's all good. Massive thanks to Esther, as always, for all her amazing work on the sheets with her diagrams and drawings and everything. Karen for her brilliant, fascinating facts and helping out as well with all sorts of stuff. And Indrani as well for her checking and photos and everything. So thanks, guys. Kim, I don't know if you're in the Facebook group. Have a look. It's called Uke Students Hangout, Learn with Matt. I'll write it on here so you can... it's kind of like this. Hang on. And you'll see if you're in the right one, because I've got 2 Facebook groups. One is just a page where I post my updates. But if you go to this one, this one's where we all my students post videos of them playing. We have challenges, and we do the poll each week for the People's Choice and stuff. So look it up. Learn with Matt, Uke students. Hangout. It might be Learn Ukulele with Matt, thinking about it, but put in Uke Students Hangout. I think it'll come up on Facebook. And as we say, just make sure you click the I agree to the rules down the bottom. You have to scroll down a bit when you join. It just stops any spam bots getting in. We've been quite lucky with that so far because we're quite strict on it. We've not had many spam bots or anything like that, so it keeps it nice and safe for everyone and all ukulele related. So yeah, come along and join in the fun. It's really, really good fun. And then the website with all my courses is Learn Ukulele with Matt, mattsteadukulele.com. It's got 10 courses on now. Beginners, intermediate and next steps, which are all sequential. And then we've got fingerstyle, baritone, jazz and blues. There's a new Beatles one that I'm doing there. So all sorts on there. So have a look. Oh, I seem to have made a miniature Matt in the corner there again. Never mind. Well, have a wonderful week. I'm going to love you and leave you guys. Have a wonderful week. Be back next week. And don't forget the live lesson next Wednesday as well. Take care, and you can. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.